Hi, I am Gabriel Dierksen, and this is the Cultural Diversity AEP 880, and this is Module 1, the Introduction. Demographics and background. I'm the sixth year here at La Crosse Elementary. I'm a fifth grade elementary teacher. I do fifth and sixth grade math and science. I have two teachers I co-op teach with. They teach social studies and grammar, and the other teaches reading and spelling. And so we kind of split and master in our own areas, and I really enjoy teaching with them. I've been teaching with them both for 5 years now, and we're going on the sixth one. I also coach here at La Crosse. I coach at the high school. I'm a middle school football coach, and I have been for 4 years as the head coach. And then I also help with girls basketball, where I'm the assistant coach, and I've done that for 4 years. In the summer, I like to stay busy. I don't just like to be off on the summers. I work for the city here, and I mow yards and weed eat. It's kind of a different change of pace to be out and working hard for the city during the summer to be outdoors. I'm married, and I've been married to my beautiful wife, Lori Dierksen, for 2.5 years. And that has been a fun journey as well. And we have just bought a house here in La Crosse a year ago, so we're kind of making our own name here, and it's been a fun process. The Dierksen family background. I am one of 5 siblings. My dad is Fred Dierksen. He grew up in Belle Plaine. My father's parents, my grandparents, Alice and Ron Dierksen, they lived their life in Oklahoma. They were very poor. They both lived on farms. They lived in the Enid, Edmond area, kind of northwestern Oklahoma. And they lived down there. My father had he had a brother who died at the age of 16, so he really has no siblings after that. And so I'm not very close with them. All I have are his great aunts and uncles on that side, and they're very distant. But I do know that at the bottom bullet that my father is Scandinavian, and that's where the Dierksen heritage comes from. And my grandpa thinks that all Dierksens used to be spelled the same, and when they came over on the boat, the vowels got mixed up when they wrote their names on the sheets checking it out, because a lot of the Dierksens are spelled D-U-E-R, or they have S-O-N at the end, or they just have a E-R and not D-I-E-R. And so all those vowels are kind of construed, so that's kind of a funny point of emphasis that he always brings up, that he thinks all Dierksens are related, just their vowels and their handwriting got mixed up when they wrote in cursive coming over on the ships from overseas. My mother grew up in Jetmore, and she lived a little bit in a Gardner Edgerton in northeastern Kansas. Her parents lived both in a little town in western Kansas called Gove, Kansas. They went to Gove High School. They were class of 12. They were in the same high school class, and they were married and dated then, and they both went to Fort Hays State, and they lived a happy life together. They had 5 kids. My mom was one of them, and 4 brothers. Their heritage, the Wilson heritage, they came from England and Ireland in that sense, but besides that, I don't know too much about the overseas of my heritage, just what we have here in America and our close family gatherings that we have gotten here. I am one of 5 siblings. We are 7 years apart, so we are all pretty close with my immediate family and my brothers and sisters. Family traditions. We are just kind of your normal American family. We have not carried any traditions on from our Scandinavian or our England descent. We do hide a pickle in a tree at Christmas. When we were younger, we had a Christmas tree, and the person that found the ornament that was hidden, they got to unwrap the family gift, which usually is with a game the family could hang out together. A tradition that my father had brought up when we were kids is we always took family vacations, like the Griswold family vacations. We always got in the car. We never flew. We always drove to a national park, whether that be Yellowstone or the Redwoods. I'll talk about those later in my video of the puzzle pieces, because that's definitely one of who I am. But we did come to La Crosse. In La Crosse, Kansas, in the area, Rush County and Ellis County, they do have a very huge German culture. A town north of us, Liebenthal, and Shinshin, a town in northeast, is called Pfeiffer. They're all little towns, and they all have big, immaculate Catholic churches that are very nice and pristine inside. Something I never knew about before I came to La Crosse, but it's very popular here, is green bean dumpling soup. It's kind of like a potato soup, but it is very delicious, and it's at a lot of the basketball soup suppers and I never pass it up. Lacrosse also does this thing called winching, and they do it on New Year's. They celebrate it by going over to people's houses on New Year's Day on the 1st of January, and they have just provided little meals and drinks, and you go over and wish the people the best of a new year, and you just house jump from house to house, and you have a fun day. My wife's family, she grew up in Lindsborg. She went to Smoky Valley. Lindsborg is a huge Swedish culture, and at every family gathering we go to there, Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, they all have lutefisk for the, I think dessert is what it would be. It's like a pudding. I'm not a really big fan of it. They do like it, but I didn't grow up eating that. But besides the family traditions, we're pretty much Americanized, I would like to say, and we just get together at the events necessary. We get together at Thanksgiving, Christmas, we have a huge meal, and we sit down and we get to enjoy the time together. And just the family's tradition there is just something that I would say is a tradition, maybe not that has been passed down from when we came in overseas, but something I do enjoy. My life puzzle. First and foremost, I am a family man. We have a big family, as you can see here in the left corner at the Town and Country in Wichita. We all met this Christmas, and we had a great gathering and group photo. I have two sisters in Dodge City, one sister in Wichita. My brother's in South Texas right now. So we're kind of spread off, but we all just met at a common place, and we spent and ate a meal together. Then went back our separate ways. So family is a really big thing to me. They're my closest knit crew. They know everything about me, and we go through highs and lows together, so it's fun to have them by our sides. I still do have two grandparents on my dad's side and one on my mom's side, but my grandpa passed away 5 years ago at Christmas time, but he was the one that taught me to hunt and fish, which is also part of my life puzzle. I'm a husband. I have been married for 2.5 years, and it has been a blessing and a fun ride for the short time it has been, and we are hoping to start our own family soon. And then next, I am a friend. People would know me as a funny, joking guy, and I like to share good moments and hang out with people that boost the morale and are blessings to me. This picture over here that I have is my four friends from high school that we are still good friends at, and that is taken at my wedding 2.5 years ago. We stay pretty close together, so it's kind of fun to share with them. I love talking to people and making new connections, kind of like that video talked about. You never know who you're going to have a common interest with, and I mean, those 5 people right there in that frame picture, we all come from different walks of life, and it's kind of fun that we have stayed so close throughout the process. Another piece of my puzzle is family vacations. We went on our family vacations. I was one of 5, so I had my 2 parents and us 5 kids. We were 7 people, and we packed into an Astro van every summer, and we went to different national parks. Went to the Redwoods, went to Yellowstone Glacier National Park, went to San Antonio, Texas. We went the other one skiing at spring break. We went to Badlands. We went up to the Niagara Falls. We took a trip up there, and so we always were traveling in the car, and it was always a fun thing that built me into who I am. I've got to see a lot of great places because that. We always went to a baseball game. Also, we went there, and the top left is the Cubs, and then the middle picture is at the Oakland A's in California. I've seen the Cubs. I've seen the St. Louis Cardinals. I've been up and seen the Marlins. So through these trips, we've experienced a lot of fun things and some things I'll never forget for the rest of my life. And I have my father to thank for that. And my mom enjoyed the trip, but he had to drag her along to get her to go because it was always Dad never had to do the packing and the getting the 5 kids and taking care of the 5 kids. He was just the navigator and the brains behind the operation. So Mom was the hard working in the trench, but it always made for fun stories I laugh about today. Sports was a huge part of my life. I played high school sports. I did football, basketball, and track, and then I played football in college. I played at Hutch JUCO, and then I also played at Sterling College. I am a coach. I love coaching. I love showing my passion for the sports and having other kids bring out their passion as well. Being a teammate is a huge part of sports, and I have friends that I will have a long life connection with, whether we talk every month or I have a friend I talk with every day. That bond you form as a teammate, working hard to a common goal to win, you develop a lot of relationships with, and you stick together for life. And then part of my puzzle is Sterling College. I went to college there for 3.5 years. That's where I met my wife, and I met a lot of good people that made me the human I am today. And that's where I found the Lord and pursued Him, and I have a burning passion to follow our Savior from that college. So that's a huge part of my life. When I worked in high school and college, I worked for a farmer and I harvested. And my wife's family, they are farmers and ranchers, and so now every summer we harvest. This picture in the old combine is with my old summer job, and I love nothing more than the cut wheat in the summers, and it was a fun 9 years I worked for them, and that was just part of me and who I was. And then lastly, I'm an outdoorsman. I love hunting and fishing. My grandpa, who passed away 5 years ago, he instilled that love in me. Every chance I get in the November to January months, I'm hunting pheasants and deer, quail, coyotes. I love to do it all. And then in the summers, I love to fish. I love the bass fish, and I love to fish creeks for bullhead and catfish. I love just to do all that. And being out here in Western Kansas, that brings a great opportunity. So that's just a little bit about me, and that's the puzzle pieces that makes up my life and makes me who I am today. And it was fun to share it with you, and I hope to get to know and learn from a lot of you during this cultural diversity class. So thank you.